So this talk came out of a discussion with Phil Weir, who was the other competition winner. I just really like D3, so before I did my master's conversion in software, I have an art school background. I went to art school in London, and in terms of data journalism and data visualization, there's so many practitioners out there that are doing really amazing things and are really creatively taking difficult to understand data or big data and condensing it down, simplifying it, because that ultimately is what data visualization is about, is making it simple so the human eye can understand what's going on. So I just wanted to give you a bit of an introduction for anybody who doesn't know anything about D3. The D3 stands for Data-Driven Documents. It's an open source JavaScript library, and it creates interactive dynamic data visualizations that can be used with static data, but also with real-time data. It was created by a guy called Mike Bostock, and if you have problems on Stack Overflow with D3, he's usually the guy who sorts it out for you. He developed it around 2010, 2011, and he's the former New York Times head of data visualization. So the thing about D3 is you've got some quite expensive products here, like Qlik, Tableau, Power BI. You're restricted in terms of the data visualizations that they supply you with, but D3 is the building blocks of these data visualizations. So that's kind of why I love it so much. It's fairly straightforward and simple to use from a developer perspective. What happens is you basically append data to each element that enters the DOM, and then you have like an enter method where you append shapes, and then it follows. And obviously, like, it's a bit more complex than that, but there's no like for looping. There's nothing crazy difficult about it. I think sometimes people get tripped up using it because it's so simple. But you're tied to whatever you're presented with these products, whereas having an understanding of D3 means that you can do whatever you want and have creative freedom. So I'm just going to go back to the browser here. Sorry. So there's a guy called Carlo Zapponi, and he does data visualizations for The Guardian. And this is kind of my favorite data visualization of his, where he took immigration, emigration data from each country, and then using a chord diagram, you're able to see where people came from and where people went to. I just think it's a really beautiful visualization, and it's quite a timely topic. So I think that one is pretty interesting. The second data visualization I really like, it's a girl called Valentina Delfini, which I think she's done work for The Guardian as well. And she, along with another guy, took data to do with all the wars of the 20th century. So I think this was commissioned as part of the centenary of the end of the First World War. And so obviously the poppy symbolizes the number of fatalities during the war, and the stem is the duration of the war. There's a timeline down here, so you can see what happened in certain periods of time. Filters here for what countries were involved. And then if you click, you get like a nice pop-up to give you more information on the conflict. And I just think it's, like, visually, it's really beautiful. And it's just really well done. Okay, so from the sublime to the ridiculous. So this is a D project, I think, or maybe it's by from Cambridge, a guy called Omar Waggy, and it's a data game, and you have to guess the correlation. So you can say, so anybody fancy guessing? What do you think, correlation? Can I get in terms of, I'm going to say 0.4, because I've been playing it too much, so I know now. And then you get to say, right, so there's your correlation. I was out by like 1.1, so I lose a life. And he's using, I know it's a bit silly, but like he's using D3 to output the data, but what he is also doing is he is collecting data while you play the game on how humans view correlations. So I thought that was pretty cool. Plus, unfortunately there's no sound on it, but if you ever played Super Mario Brothers 3 as a kid, which I did ad nauseum, there's loads of like cool ding, ding, ding as you play it. So, but yeah, so those are the 3 projects. I thought they were really brilliant. They've got their own style, and those guys did a really good job. And check out D3.js. Thanks very much.